Dream Theater, take one.
Sometimes people ask me, you know those interviews you do with rock stars, the what so-and-so says stories, what was your favorite? Many people have heard, that my favorite, I've answered that question a lot, and it's typo negative because Peter Steele had such a strong answer. But there's another one that ranks up there I was thinking about today when I was listening to this song. Today, on the Heavens Metal Show, we're going to answer that question. Welcome back. This is Doug Van Pelt. I'm wearing sunglasses because I'm trying to be cool. I'm not going to make any bones about it, man. I'm just trying to be cool. I wasn't cool enough in high school, so now that I'm 59, I'm going to make up for it, baby. I just called you baby. What is up with that? Am I trying to be cool or something? Anyway, so one of my favorite What So-and-So Says interviews was with Mike Portnoy of Dream Theater. That's right. They were hitting it big at this moment. This was an Images and Words publicity time. And the reason why it's one of my favorites is because I asked him about the song Another Day. And Mike Portnoy told me that the song, can you hear the choking up in my voice? Even just telling the story is amazing. Anyway, he said the story is about a father and a son. And the father tells the son that he's got terminal cancer, and his son falls apart, and his dad kind of holds on to him. He's the strength at that moment, kind of helping his son bear the news. And then later on in the story, the father's getting closer to death, and he breaks down. He's losing it, and his son is the one that's strong and holds him up. So that whenever you see, like, remember the show Behind the Music on VH1? When you hear a story behind a song, sometimes it just opens up the song to a whole new level. It's like it adds depth to it, knowing what the song's about. Many songs need to be open to interpretation because if you nail it down to just one thing when it's so open-ended or universal, then it kind of minimizes it. But anyway, so that's one of my favorites because I love that song. It's still on my playlist. What I do is I have like 10,000 songs on my iPhone and I just have it on shuffle. And that's my entire musical listening experience these days. And I love it because I didn't put all of my albums on there. I just put my favorite songs on tons of albums I've got. So every song that shows up randomly by shuffle is a song that I love, a song that is great. And anyway, the song Another Day by Dream Theater is great. Another moment from that interview with Mike Portnoy of Dream Theater was, what annoys you about trying to make a video in a parking lot on your iPhone? This was in 1992 or 3, remember? And when iPhones were just top secret, only cool people like magazine editors had them. Just kidding. I'm just in a parking lot of Hobby Lobby right now and somebody's alarm went off. It's going off again. Anyway, so my interview with Mike Portnoy was, I asked him, we were talking about songs or whatever, and I kept asking him, I asked him, what do you think about Jesus Christ? And what do you think about his claims to be the way, the truth, and the life? No one comes to the Father but by me. And his response to all those spiritual questions was, I don't know, ask Kev, ask Kev, ask Kev. In fact, the members of Galactic Cowboys who toured with Dream Theater, that was a running inside joke with them. Ask Kev, ask Kev. Because I guess Kevin Moore, the keyboard player who no longer plays in the band, I don't know why he left and haven't really followed up too much on what he's doing now, but super talented guy and great lyricist, man. He wrote most of the lyrics. And so another song we talked about was their big hit. And by the way, I just wanted to say and just cast my own opinion out there. Another Day is my favorite Dream Theater song. And that's saying a lot when you got songs like Metropolis. It's just amazing. And then Pull Me Under, which was their big breakout hit. Dream Theater was making progressive heavy metal music in 92, 93 that they weren't supposed to be making. That wasn't popular at the time because Nirvana took over the world. But they were making excellent art. And he told me the song Pull Me Under was a combination between Shakespeare's Hamlet and Jesus Christ. That the character was kind of based upon that story. That's why the video has some religious imagery to it. Another memory I have of Dream Theater, I interviewed the band again at a different time, and talking to the publicist at the label, he was telling me about this concert they had, and they released a live album based upon this concert. I think it was in New York City, and it was just after 9/11, and the song was called The Spirit Lives On. And he said, Doug, when they played that song, just in the shadow of 9/11, you know, there wasn't a dry eye in the house. It was a very spiritual moment. It was kind of interesting because the publicist was reaching out to me and connecting on a spiritual level because he knew what HM Magazine was about, and he knew that connection would make a difference to our readers, because our readers were very much interested in spiritual things. We talked about that song, The Spirit Lives On, and the wake of the 9/11 terrorist attacks and stuff, and how playing that song in New York City was just a showstopper. And anyway, another moment on the interview with lead singer James LaBrie, after speaking to the publicist and setting up the interview, was I asked James, you know, what's it like touring with the greatest band in the universe? And he started answering, and I think at some point, I don't know how I did this, I'd like to go reread it, but I asked him, I'm talking about King's X, and he goes, oh, I thought you were talking about my band. So that was a very awkward moment for a second, because I asked him this question about the greatest band in the universe, which everybody knows is King's X, except James didn't know that. He thought the greatest band in the universe was Dream Theater. So it was kind of an awkward moment to tell him, no, I'm talking about you guys are touring with King's X. What's it like? How awesome is that, you know? But those are my Dream Theater stories. This is a short Heaven's Metal show today, tonight, tomorrow. So enjoy it. Join the discussion. Tell us about your Dream Theater moments.